All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for this morning. I know I'm a little bit early, but as if you've watched the rest of these from yesterday or the other day, we have family here, and we're going to Ruby Falls, which is a 145-foot waterfall inside a cave just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So we're looking forward to it today, and we're going to be on the road very soon. But today we have a great word to be thinking about, and that word is courage. So let's look at what the description is, and then we'll go from there. So courage transforms fear into determination. It is embracing life fully without holding back, doing what must be done even when it is difficult or risky. When we are tempted to give up, courage supports us to take the next step. It allows us to face adversity with confidence. Courage opens us to new possibilities and gives us the strength to sacrifice for what we love. At times, we need courage to accept the truth and to pick ourselves up after a mistake, ready to make amends and try again. Courage gives me the strength to make this journey with all my heart. Wow, what a great word, and certainly something that all of us desire to have is the courage to live life to its fullest and not hold back. You know, I think that one of the things that stands out to me the most here is the line that says that we need courage to accept the truth and to pick ourselves up after a mistake, ready to make amends and try again. So it does take courage to do that, and I can base that on an experience that I had years ago. I say years ago, in 2003, 2007, I think it was, three different times in the last 20 years. I went through a program called the Ultimate Black Belt Test put on by Tom Callis. And it was an amazing test. But one of the requirements on the test, because being a black belt is more than just the kicking and punching, it's just so much more than that. And one of the things, and that was one of the things that he was trying to teach. And so one of the requirements in that was to make amends for 3 mistakes or 3 things that you felt like you needed to make amends for. And I will just have to say that of all the other requirements, the 50,000 push-ups, the 1,000 rounds of sparring, just everything else that was involved in the test, that was one of the parts of it that required the most amount of courage. So how do we do that? How do we gain that courage? I think is a great question. And it is really just having the humility, I would guess. I think that's part of it anyway. And not being fearful. And what we found in the experiences of all, including myself, was that when we had the courage to make those amends, to step up and to speak to the person or to do whatever it was that we needed to do to make it a better thing, the other person responded very, very well. They were more than willing to forgive. And so, I think that sometimes our courage is dissuaded from showing itself completely because of our own egos. We don't want to embarrass ourselves. We don't want to be a failure. We don't want to do the difficult thing. It's much easier for us to just, go through life and deal with it. But in fact, it's not easier, because all of those things that we've done in our past, in our life, right, that we wish we hadn't done and that we never made amends for, always haunt us. At least that's what I have found anyway. It has haunted me. And so that going through that test gave me the opportunity to really examine some of the things that I've done in the past, and gave me the opportunity to look at what can I do to make amends here? Who can I talk to? And I can just say that most important of all is the, staying in touch with, when we don't stay in touch with people that were important to us, or when we just get rid of those people in our lives that we've caused harm, that it's not a good thing for us. And so, we want to have that courage, and we want to rid ourselves of that ego, so for ourselves as much as for anyone else. And that was my finding, that things worked out very well. So that's how I was thinking about courage when I read this. That's what popped out at me. And certainly there's a lot of other aspects to courage there, right? And we want to teach our children to have courage, not to be afraid. And part of it is not making a huge deal out of when mistakes are made. It's like, yes, you made a mistake. So what can we do to make it better? What can we do to make amends? What can we do to improve? Maybe it's a skill that we're trying to develop, and we make a mistake. So, it's easy for us to look at someone else and say, well, all you have to do is this, right? It's much harder for the person, and especially if they have felt any sort of blame or shame or guilting, or that not being good enough from those people that they respect. And certainly that is something that takes place. So with that in mind, I'm just thinking about stepping up, right? Being courageous, doing what our inner being, what our source is telling us is the right thing to do, the thing that we really want to do, and not allow those feelings of the ego, the feelings of fearfulness, of all those inner things, right? Because they're not the true us. So, I want to be my true self. How about you? And when I'm my true self, that's when I'm the happiest, even when it's really, really hard to do. So that's what I've been thinking about. So thank you very much for being here today. We're looking forward to a great day. And who knows, maybe today we have our granddaughter with us, and may take some courage on her part for parts of this little trip to Ruby Falls. So we'll see how that goes. And so until next time, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families. And that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. All right, everybody, if you like this and enjoyed it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're going to continue this introduction of the virtues for as long as we can. And we hope that you enjoy it. Thank you very much. Bye.